Okay, so if you filed for the SBA eidl, as a business of some sort, independent contractor, you work for app gigs, you have your own business, whatever, you work on a 1099, or you're a landlord or whatever, um, if they declined your loan, do you get the grant? Well, you're supposed to, because it's a government guaranteed program for up to $10,000 on the grant alone. Now, you do have to keep receipts and everything for your grant to prove what you used your money for. And do check your agreement, and also check with a CPA and a lawyer to make sure, if you're unsure about spending money on a certain thing, that if it's okay, because otherwise you're going to be paying it back or you violate the terms of the contract. Yeah, it's a free grant, but you have to use it on certain things and have to have receipts to prove it. So, normally, if the loan was automatically declined, which you'll get an email for that, I applied in about a week ago, and I received the loan decline today, by email, and I was like, okay, good. But they're supposed to pay, by government regulation, they're supposed to pay you the grant within 3 days. Um, and some people got the grant and the loan, but usually it's once you sign those loan papers, you're not going to see a grant. But if you don't sign the loan papers, then the grant, you're supposed to get that, unless your claim was fraudulent in some way. Um, but anyway, it's a government grant, up to 10K. Now, and that also depends on how big your business is, what your tax return was last year, and if you filed one, and how many employees that you have. So generally, the smallest amount is $1,000 that you'll receive. But if you're in doubt, you really need to contact them. Otherwise, contact a local CPA. That's certified public accountant. That's somebody with their name on the front of the building. That's not, uh, these ultra tax programs where you go in and they give you a loan against your taxes and all that stuff. That's bogus. Go to real certified public accountant. They update every year. They're required to by law in order to keep their business, and they know what the deal is. So you can ask them. A lot of them are very nice. You can go right in their office and talk to them for about 5 minutes, and they'll tell you all the specs and do all that for free. A lot of them. You can check with a lawyer friend of yours or whatever, and ask them what they know. Otherwise, you're gonna have to try to contact SBA, and which that's real fun because they're slam packed. They keep opening and closing it, and they just got a whole bunch more funding in the last week to reopen a lot of this. So you need to get on it. So here's the first thing that you could do: fax them. There's the number. Okay, fax the SBA and ask them, "Where's my grant?" Give them your name and the number. There's a big long number on the last page of your application. Says application submitted. Big long number. Otherwise, you'll have to wait to see the number if you didn't print it or photograph it with your phone while you're on the computer. You will need to look in the emails they sent you, and they'll say regarding application number. That's your application number. Okay, so you can fax them. That's the number one best way to do it if you have a way to fax them. If you don't have a fax machine, don't know how to do it, a lot of the grocery stores do it for a small service fee. Sometimes if you have a friend that has a business and they have a fax machine, they'll do it for you for free or charge you a couple bucks. You just go, hey, can you fax something for me? So there's one thing. Okay, the next thing is you can email them here. Disaster customer service at sba.gov, and do send them your info, your name, your application number, that you applied for the SBA eidl loan and grant, that your loan was turned down, so where's my grant, please? And see if you get a response. The next email would be this one for SBA. PD Crecons. Okay? You can also send one to that email. And bear in mind, the email stuff is slammed. So you might get a bounce back that goes, the email box is full. So just be patient, because really the top way to do it is fax it. Or you can be on hold for life and call this number. And as soon as you get a rep, ask for a 2-tier rep. And so that you could get to somebody who has a little bit more power and can get it done well. The next thing is, if you know you can't get the SBA eidl, you may want to try this. The FEMA grant funding for disaster survivors. You can call that 800 number, or you can go to this website, and there's a questionnaire that you look at to qualify for disaster, and you check off the little boxes, and then it sends you another page, and you do that, and then it sends you another page to go ahead and apply, and it'll tell you if it's worth applying for, and what you can do. So there you go. Like some people were laid off due to Corona. That's a disaster. So, there you go. So check it out. I hope that helped you really a lot. And you have a really great day. Love to you.